Wow. Ooh. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely
Man, you don't know
not.
nothing about no war.
All right, welcome everyone to War Instincts. This is Mookie, joined with Darth Beaver today. We're going to go ahead and break down. Main topic is going to be about Dark Hunters and war. So our boy Darth was able to upload some videos onto his YouTube channel. Check him out over there under Darth Beaver. And so that way you can just kind of follow looking how he does his testing there. He definitely has some very insightful information as he really goes into the commentary of it all. But it's like the silent audio part of it. No, but basically it's just kind of a visual aid to kind of help you guys out. So it's really concise to the point of the match, and you could just watch that out, get a good little 3-minute battle. Sometimes maybe less than a minute, depending on how aggressive he wants to be. So yeah, you can definitely check him out. So that's what we're going to jump into, Darth.
Sometimes I think if somebody's watching, they might have a hard time deciding what I did, and I should maybe slow down between my moves. But it's mostly just evidence, so that when I tell everybody in the guild that this is possible, they can see that it is.
Yeah, no, you don't have to slow it down. It's all good. We had that feature ourselves on YouTube that allows you to slow it up, so we can manage that as the viewer. But what I wanted to do, I'm trying to think in the order here. Let's bring up the gameplay instead first, and just kind of break down this whole Dark Hunter team, because it's a very interesting team. The whole mindset, as we were talking about earlier in damage control, was that this was supposed to be a hero for hire's counter, and it feels incomplete at this moment. I think it's going to be that fifth character, which rumor more than likely is supposed to be Blade, and I think once Blade jumps into it, then that's when you'll start seeing the punch ups and so forth. But I think the theory right now, currently, is just going to be only a punch across. And on your videos, I think have one of them, is it a Dark Hunters versus Heroes for Hire, right?
Yeah, it's a 40k punch up.
Okay, let me get the video ready for that. So we might as well just jump into it, because rather than just kind of talking and questioning, let's just, we can watch it in action. So let's take a look here.
Talked about this on damage control too, but I refuse to bring up Mordo. I don't want to waste the gear in him. So I used Hela in all of these videos. And actually, with this video, it may not be the wisest decision. I hear that Falcon is a far better choice than Hela, but I haven't tested that out yet, so I can't attest to that.
Okay. So I think on here we kind of got like mid. This is kind of like me, right?
Yeah, it's a
like
late
you starting, you're like,
right?
whoa, I got to record this, right? So you're about like 5
Right.
seconds. And no, that's cool. But so I guess I'm just gonna break it down first, because it looks like you got some blinds set up over here already.
So the blinds went properly on there. It goes on the 4 Heroes for Hire or City Hero members with the most damage. So everybody but Luke Cage got it there.
Okay, and that's gonna be off of Morbius' first turn, right?
Yeah, that's his passive.
Yeah. Okay, on this passive. All right, so we'll do this. May pause a little bit here. But I guess, I'm sorry. So when you go into the pre-match, like your attack order, who is it that, like, I know Morbius is opening tag. Doesn't he put a disrupt onto Luke?
Yep. So that's what you want. Like, you as an attacker want their Luke Cage to be on the outside, because you want to hit him with the disrupt, but it's not as important as hitting everybody with heal block and trauma. So you're gonna use Morbius's first move to hit from the outside, but you really want it to be on a Luke Cage. But it's not worth it to hit Luke Cage no matter where he is. It's only if he's on the outside.
Okay, so if he happens to be an inside, and that's how I heard the same thing, is that to really mess up the attacker, you want to put your Luke somewhere in the middle. And I think it's like in the back row. And so when that happens, where do you want to go ahead? You just start on the outside anywhere, right? Just so you can get the chain effect going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Luke wasn't on that side, I'd have probably started with Chang-Chi just because he's a high priority target.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I reason why I kind of started, because that's the big deal, right? I mean, that's the big opening thing, is hoping that Luke Cage, because that's really kind of supposed to kind of start your counter process and getting that disrupt landed and then the traumas and so forth. Okay. Dun, dun, dun.
So then all the whiffs, which is good.
Another whiff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now Colleen's going to start punishing, though.
What's interesting is that he
Okay,
missed.
so now, and pause real quick. I attacked Colleen there so that she would counterattack and kill Greg. That was the choice of that. So that takes 10% of their turn meter away. So certain things here actually mattered, probably.
Yeah, there it is. It shows it right there, negative speed bar.
Yeah, I just wanted so I attacked Colleen with Greg, and she counterattacked and killed him, which set the 10 bar up. And also he put a heal block on Colleen, which gave 3% turn meter to my team.
Nice.
So it was a 13% swing.
And that's a big thing that you've been saying about Hela, which really makes this whole team go in general, as far as, or whoever you're fighting against, I should say, is that her Greg usage is key, right? Just making sure that they kill the Greg to really counterintuitive the opponent that you're facing
It's
against. With
MVP. Hela's an additive, man. Greg's the MVP.
Yeah. All right. Let's play it.
All right. Thought about what to do for half a second.
There's
and then it looks like I got trauma and heal block on everybody. See now, but Misty Knight there doesn't have trauma or heal block. So then I focused on him. I'm trying to decide what to do here, who to give the ability block to, and I would give it to Colleen instead.
Okay, so you dropped her right there, right in that yellow. So we should start seeing the charges melt away.
Right. So now I have to decide what to do, and I think instead of accidentally maybe killing her, I think I hit Shang-Chi with the basic. That's what I would do right now.
Yeah.
Nice, smart man. Drop him in it, because her basic is crazy. If you put the T4 on it, it's so much damage.
Yeah, that's smart. And I would have made the mistake and gone ultimate right in this group, and then had them revive and lost all the anyways, and still kept some charges. All right, so
I probably try to spread this here. We'll see how it goes. Nope, I decided not to, because I was afraid again to kill somebody. I didn't want to kill somebody before their charges dropped off.
And that's a smart move. And I think this is kind of where people are running into the problem on this counters, because sometimes if you do overpower, and it's the same thing with Weapon X. If you start killing some of these people off the board while they still have their charges, that kind of defeats the purpose of the whole trauma heal block melting of the charges, right?
Right.
So that was smart. There's Luke Cage shot a taunt, which didn't work. So now you got
the charges are gone.
Yeah.
Oof. Yep. There goes Hela. Goodbye. Now I just want to kill Shang-Chi so bad. I just want him to go away. There he goes. And now I want, and I need Colleen to go away. And then the fight's over. So everybody got healed up from Voodoo's big move there. Now I go for the big damage. Eat a lot of counterattacks. I should not have done that. But then Colleen walked into one from the face from Ghost Rider. So this move is huge. Oh, see, I didn't do it. It's not his move. See, after playing this team more, I used Ghost Rider's ultimate way more.
Yeah.
His ultimate just melts people. You'll see if we watch the Young Avenger match. It's showcased there.
Yeah, well, we will.
His ultimate hits super hard. And then from here, it's just realizing what's going on. So there's one guy with no charges left, which was Iron Fist, so I want to kill him. I don't know what I'm doing here. I made a mistake. I should now move to Luke Cage. There we go. Nope. I should have tried to kill Luke Cage. Yeah, see, obviously I didn't know what I was doing here. I'm going back and forth between targets like a dummy.
No, you're good. So it's really interesting. A reason why I like to start off with this video is because not many people are posting videos about these counters because there's nothing to showcase. I mean, a lot of people probably been losing, but it really kind of comes into the theory of just paying attention to that whole health, that the charges, and trying to melt the charges off with the trauma.
You have to really, really pay attention to what goes on, and then understanding that Morbius is still really small lag now. So my Morbius is only 3-star, 3 red star. And he's a striker. I didn't even make him a skirmisher for that extra focus. So he, a lot of the times, especially on Misty Knight, doesn't land his trauma or his heal block. And without the pair of them together, it's not having trauma and not having heal block is dumb.
Yeah. So let's
at least for this match.
Let's talk about that real quick. Jumping back onto the gameplay here, and what is the? So I have him a striker, but you think the skirmisher is better for Morbius?
Well, at lower stars. I have him a striker too, because I'm going to take him into Dark Dimension 5, and I want him to hit twice with that percentage health steal
Yeah.
on his basic. And I don't want to spend the gear to do them as two different ones. But I think that if he was a skirmisher with that 50% focus boost at level 5, he's going to be a hell of a lot more likely to land that trauma and heal block, especially on the Heroes for Hire member with 4 charges, which gives them an extra resistance stat per charge.
Yeah. Okay. Now, who would you say is the current MVP in the squad? Like, is the person that you would like gear or recommend others to gear first in order?
Morbius for me. I mean, yeah, he does what's the trauma and heal block is what makes this team rock, and he blinds city hero characters when he comes out. Like, he's an irreplaceable member of this team.
Okay. And then would you say Dr. Voodoo would be next, or who do you?
Probably because he's new, man, but I don't know. Like, it depends on where, like, that's the thing. It depends on where your red stars are at. So, like, I have a 6 red on Ghost Rider and Elsa, so they both hit really hard. It's really helpful to have both of them like that.
Yeah.
I asked Dorky Dad on stream the other night who he would gear up or what his gear priority was for the Dark Hunters, and he said that it was Morbius, Elsa, Ghost Rider, and then Dr. Voodoo.
Yeah, and it's.
But I don't know if I subscribe to that or not. But I mean, that's kind of how my stuff's working out.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right. So let me get the other video ready. So, again, we want to just kind of hit on these counters about the Dark Hunter squad, and as we're getting Darth's videos loaded here, let's see. Go back to it. So we got, so that was the Dark Hunter's 40k punch. So that was a punch up that we just saw, like 40k, but it's almost like a punch across.
It's basically a punch across.
All right. So you want to look at the Web Warriors, or do you want to look at Young Avengers?
Either way, the Young Avengers is like a 100k punch down, and the Web Warriors is a 280k punch up or something like that.
Okay, let's look at the punch up real quick. The reason why I want to do this one is this is the truth. Now, if you're on the fence and you don't feel comfortable as far as, going against the Heroes for Hire, what I would say, like, number one, that this is the true counter. As you can see right here, right? Your punch up is, about 280 is what we're looking at. And you're going against some teal gears, and that's going to be the norm. A lot of people are bringing in Ghost Spider and Scarlet Spider, into the DD5, and of course even twofold. Then it adds on to it because now you use them on your daily Doom raids, and you're going to use them for the Scourge event. So you're going to face some heavy Web Warriors. So now you got your, and I think your levels over here, would you say they're at G13, G14?
Everybody's at 14. Hela and Morbius are probably at 15 during this video. I can't remember when this was recorded.
Yeah.
Or which, I think this might, if it's the first night, Morbius might be at 14.
Okay.
Or 13. I don't know. You might be able to tell in the corner when it comes up.
All right. So I'm all kicking fight like I'm going into battle. All right. But yeah, but it's funny. These are the two teams that are going to be used for the Scourge events that are facing each other in your war battle. So it's kind of going to be the same theory, right? Well, here you go for the
attack somebody. So, but she missed her counterattack. It looks like he's 14 right here.
All right, so you started from the furthest away to get the trauma on those 3 versus starting over there because of the
one,
stealth.
right?
Yeah.
Just putting out debuffs. They have blind because of Morbius's passive because they're city heroes. Yeah. It's pretty easy match.
It's, you already got all the reds all over them. It's just crazy because there's no cleanser over here, right? For the Web Warriors.
Yeah, they don't cleanse. And then they got all these AoEs, and they come in and kill Greg and take their turn meter away. So all their turn meter they're getting from dodging is being taken away.
Yep, you got Elsa that's gonna ping them for every time they're dodged. It's just a true hard counter right there that we're looking at. And you can tell this match is going way faster than your Heroes for Hire.
Oh yeah. No, there's never a doubt here.
Missed again.
He's still blinded. That's the thing, is so many blinds run around the field to start, and then Hela goes and spreads him back out again. And then he dodged somebody's hit, and Elsa hammered him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible. And it kind of gets into the second part. Right here, we'll just jump right into the other video. Let's see, which is the Young Avengers. It's pretty much almost the same theory, right? I mean, a little bit as far as like, because the Young Avengers have a bunch of dodge kind of mechanics
Yes.
in them, right? And then they're gonna get in
Yeah.
trouble with it.
Oh, they're evades. So let's see. I think again, it's really this is what makes the match right here. Move one, you have to attack somebody who's not Echo with Greg, so that she retaliates and kills him. Turn meter gone on their side. And then again, Miss Marvel on the outside. So I'd love to land the disrupt with the trauma and heal block on Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because she's like the Luke Cage of the team.
Yep. So now back to Kate Bishop. This is the best part. Ultimate. Goodbye. 883K.
Hold up, because I didn't pay attention to it in that much detail, but I want to say it's funny, but she has all the charges too. That's all. I was curious to see if she had defensive up or some other stuff that went through all that, but no, so it's the charges.
See now Morbius's ultimate there flipped her defense up into defense down.
Okay.
That's the other thing he does is he flips all of their deflex into bleeds and their defense up into defense down.
Well, that's gone. And the key thing, real quick, about that is that now when she's gone, she's the one that would put that blind, right? Like on some type of a passive ability, like when certain team members are dropping. That's the annoyance factor. I don't know if it's like an ultimate that she does, but basically she starts doing the blinds to your team, and that's where people get in trouble when they face the Young Avengers. So for you, that attack order was kind of interesting as far as you got the disrupt over there. Of course, you did the flip like you're talking about, and then you just completely wiped out Kate. And then at that point, now your next target's gonna be Scroll Girl.
Right, like the optimal thing here is it's an ability block. I'd like to ability block and get the attack in, but I want Squirrel Girl ability block just because it's going to make the match faster.
Yeah,
I'm not looking to give them a reason to maybe beat me.
there it is. And this is why these
In
Shadowlands.
basic, look at all that damage from that basic, dude. That's probably her second best T4 on Elsa. I used her basic way more than I thought I was going to. Okay, now back over here. I spread the defense down and all that nasty stuff. And all those dodges, so all of their evades are gone now because they dodged twice.
Yeah. And look at all that. She can't even.
Lots of
cleanse.
bleeds. They all got heal blocks. They all got everything. She can't do anything for him right now. Big
There's
hit.
the
That's a
mind
big hit
control.
from Voodoo.
Basic.
Now I used a special there because I knew it would kill 2 people.
Okay, special.
And that's the only I don't have that T4.
There you go.
Goodbye.
Wow. Well, I got educated just watching that here. Honestly, I didn't break it down and fully watch it.
And we still have to remember that wasn't a huge team. It was a 750 team versus an 850K team. It was big enough, but it wasn't one of these giants. So I don't know how that works on a punch up.
Huh. Well, it's interesting. I mean, definitely, I would recommend everyone to start testing this matchup against Young Avengers, because Young Avengers is like the new kind of I consider a fresh new team. They become an annoyance where a lot of people are losing against them in the current war setting. So if you definitely have this Dark Hunter team that you don't feel comfortable with, I would highly recommend them as a counter, because I've been using them as a counter just for those specific 2 teams that we just watched, the Web Warriors and the Young Avengers. But what I was going to say is that when I was watching this really made me think about Shadowland. You know, when you use Shadowland, it's almost the same concept. You put the disrupt onto Miss Marvel, and then you jump over to what's her name, Squirrel Girl.
Get her ability blocked.
Yeah,
Yep, and then
but
you
instead
kill
you got,
Kate.
yeah, but now it's like Shadowland. I'm gonna say 2.0 in a way, because now you got the stat boots, but the biggest thing is Elsa right here. That just starts pinging them off of those dodge evades and so forth. So that's the big. I think that's why when he talked about with Dorky Dad, his preference in order, I think that's kind of why his order is gearing him up that way. Because you just showcased it, man. You saw what what Ghost Rider does on his ultimate, and then what her pings, and then also what her damage. That Elsa is going to provide for the team is just, it's amazing. But that's cool. Thank you for recording those and getting that channel started. So that really helps us out. Peak on that side. I think the one thing I'm going to kind of close out today with as I kind of prep up the video here, let me jump over to something that I had. And it's kind of, we talk about the do's and don'ts. All right, so this is like the don'ts. So what I have over here is now our opponent, I think this was on the last war. They decided to put the Dark Hunters actually on defense.
And it's a big one too.
Yeah, but do you see who they put in? The girl that you use for offense, which
Yeah.
makes 100%, but they put her
Uh-huh.
on defense, right?
Oopsie.
So this are the don'ts. So when I saw this, I was like, ooh, you probably, I think I already used my symbiotes, but I was immediately thinking about using the symbiotes. But then the next, obviously, the other team that loves to feed off of the kill is going to be the Axemen, right? So that's kind of where I came in, and I recorded this one. So we'll take a look. Let me see if I can fix. We'll just leave it like this.
Yeah, no city heroes on that. Of course, that's all on war offense too. Yeah, I don't know why they would have done that. What a waste! What a waste of a great big Dark Hunters team.
Yeah, this would have been nice for them to use offensively, but yeah. So here's the theory, right? I'm gonna start kind of doing my spread attacks. I'm going after Greg. This is when you do
Just
the whole.
make sure Greg dies.
Yeah.
Greg. Yeah, because there's so many AOE's, and so many assists. Yeah,
Yep.
it lets you focus a single target down with AOE's.
There you go.
Goodbye defense up. You're deciding whether to basic or not. You basicked.
Yeah. I think my main thing was, it's just trying to put some of the debuffs on them and just at the same point
Morbius.
follow. I want to put debuffs and I want to follow. I should have put it on Morbius. Who do you think I should be putting at?
I would have stunned Morbius probably. That's just because, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. I figured to go after her.
with so many, yeah,
Just in case I had a dodge. That's the only reason why I did that. But I don't even think I allowed them to get a turn.
No, it doesn't look like you're going to. No, Axeman versus Greg is ridiculous because they have so many AOE attacks.
Yeah. So here it also comes do I want to ultimate? That's what I was deciding on. Do I boost them up? I was like, no, I'll just continue to go after Greg. And that's really all I'm doing.
Basic splash. Yeah, no, that's the cool thing is you're not even targeting Greg.
No, yeah.
Now here I'd have probably ultimated on Dr. Voodoo to spread all that stuff, or special on Dr. Voodoo to spread that stuff. That's what I would have done here. And he did, looks like. Yep. Now die. There you go.
So there you finally get a turn now. But then here we go. Go back to the beginning.
Yep. Yep. And he's going to catch so much splash. Yep, he died. Yeah. No, bad news. Hella's definite liability on war defense.
There it is. And that's the whole theory where we're just going to end it. Hella definitely needs to be pulled away from your defensive lineups and just use her. I mean, she's such an amazing plug-in player for multiple teams. And now you'd actually have her with the Dark Hunters instead of the supernatural Hella Naturals. And that's just the way to go. But yeah, I mean, we got the theme of it, so let that play out. I don't know how to speed it up on here, but I just this was during my vacation time where I got some downtime, so I kind of took advantage of my time where I slow played it. So I was just making sure I did what I needed to do here. But yeah, I mean, they also put a stun. She's just there asleep the entire time. But yeah, that's definitely a don't do. And but yeah, that's all I have on today's show. We definitely Dark Hunters is a fun team. I mean, I know you've been talking about them and you were excited about them before they even came out. Now that they're out, you definitely are showcasing them, Darth. So thank you again for doing what you do and helping us give tips to the Alliance and even to the viewers here. Hopefully you guys, learned something today. Because I know the big thing and questions that I just ran across is about that Heroes for Hire counter. That's the biggest thing right there. And the truth that you showed, I think it could happen. And I'm going to be a little bit more bold and to start taking some of those counters. Because currently it's just like what Infinity Watch is also still kind of, hit and miss. And sometimes people have troubles with Weapon X. But again, with the Weapon X, when you're using that counter against Heroes for Hire, is paying attention to that charges. That's the biggest tip that hopefully you guys kind of learn from today's show and just kind of take with you and share with others. So with that, I mean, that's all I had today, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, we'll have War Instincts uploaded on Wednesdays. And but you can catch us live on Twitch here on Sunday mornings. I guess the time is about like what 8 o'clock Central Time. But yeah, thank you, Darth, and I hope you guys enjoy your week. Bye bye.